Hello, my beautiful people. Today, you'll come with me as I do this ritual I invented the other day. This is an exercise to help with grief, trauma, identity crisis, or if you're just looking for integration and self understanding. It touches on a lot of things. You'll see. I did it with stuff I had lying around at home, and you can also do it with whatever you have. The most important thing is that the ritual feels personal to you. You have to make it in a way that is meaningful and feels right just for you. So mine here is only an example. Ritual time. To help me cope with life in general, I've gotten used to creating my own rituals, both for me and sometimes for other people, as I found it really helps both with growth and with detachment and acceptance. It's a beautiful and magical experience if done with consciousness. For me, it's a clear pathway to the divine and to finding and creating meaning in our lives. It feels powerful and deeply transformative when you're really connected with your subconscious. If you're able to open that door, or in a space of mind that facilitates connecting to your deepest feelings easily, at your own command in a way. All of the feelings, both pleasant and unpleasant. So you do have to be in an inner space of minimal strength and capacity to hold any and everything that may come up, able to minimally relieve past experiences and stay with pain, and so on. In my case, I don't find it difficult to connect with my feelings at all, more so the contrary. I easily get lost in the depth of my feelings, so I knew it was going to help me having some kind of witness this time to maintain myself in contact with the horizontal world. And so that's why I decided to record myself, as I need to do many times to not go fully mad in my solitary lifestyle. To understand who we are and to know where we're going and what we should do next, it's key to know where we've been. And we often forget. If we want to go on without forgetting all the lessons we've learned along the way, it's important to carry memory with us. If we didn't remember what we did in the past that brought us to a life we didn't like, we would live in a cycle of stagnation, always repeating the same mistakes. But, and here comes the subtlety or complexity of inner work, many times memories we carry are loaded with feeling, and that's the part we can let go of. To carry memory doesn't mean to carry pain from the past or even happy feelings from times gone by. Memory can be emptied from that which isn't true, from that which isn't present and doesn't serve us now. A lot of the times we carry more than memory. When the feeling we're carrying is negative, we say we carry trauma. Something that happened in the past is affecting our present in a way that is limiting. In these cases, we are projecting darkness from the past and tainting the present moment. When the feeling is too positive, on the other hand, we are idealizing and craving the past. And that's also carrying more weight than we should. It's also dangerous because it could also stop us from being truly present and content. We feel best when we are able to enjoy the present moment and understand the direction in which we are going. 60% present, 40% future. That's how I say it. And all held by the memory, by the knowledge, and not the weight of the past. Meaning is co created by us as much as we have the capacity to thread a connecting line throughout our lives up until this point and further into the future. The goal is to direct all that has happened that has been painful and all that is happening in the present to a bigger purpose, to a future purpose, and so giving space for present purpose and meaning to appear. Connecting to yourself every time more, to God, being your most authentic self. So I decided to review my life up until now, and understand, find, and create my present and my future with my own hands. First, I started writing in small papers all the present me's that have existed. Where do I come from? I classified my life by these different seasons in which I felt so different. I did it intuitively, guiding myself by the first and most natural answer that came to mind. At this point, I didn't know I was even going to write these things, so it was also just an intuition, a desire I followed when I wrote the first me. I knew I wanted to write some things I was leaving behind and grieving, but I didn't know I'd do it in this way. It really was the best I could have done. One by one, I started writing Blau as a child, Blau teenage years, etc. Once I had written the title of that transformation, I gave myself all the time I needed to really connect with that period of my life and remember, really remember. What we didn't have has to be grieved too. It helps to acknowledge this younger version and their unfulfilled desires. Because their unfulfilled desires are your present unfulfilled desires too. The truth of the matter is that these versions of you, all the past, is within us, and doing such an exercise helps me connect to this truth, to the truth. Time and space don't affect the soul, there is a constant. The me that does the transforming was always there, the deepest desire. What you wanted as you were a child is what you want now. What should have been taken care of then still needs taken care of now. Little you will always live within you, and so will all the people, lessons, and experiences you have ever lived. The you that hadn't lived the traumatic experience is within you, still untouched. So is the you that was living it inside the nightmare. And so is the you that has overcome it and for which all of this is just a memory. The future you that has achieved all you dream of and is living their dream in a higher spirit world also exists within the experience of the present. We forget we have all within, and therefore we are the container, the observer, the consciousness behind all this. Throughout the process, I drink oak tree's blood to give me strength to carry on. And I also took moments to do some automatic writing on my notebook. I burned each little paper as I connected to their story, as I made their story feel seen. In that same container, where there were already some rocks symbolizing heavy and defining experiences, I also added some photos I had printed beforehand from places I miss. I also put some torn letters from people and situations from the past that are no longer in my life externally. Different experiences symbolized by the orange peel, by some flowers, etc. Then I added the dark ink with which these experiences were tainted. The feelings, the weight, the attachments. And then the water in which all of these were bathed in. In a new container, I poured clean water. One by one, I took each experience, cleaned it up from the tainted water, and put it in the new container. As I emptied from darkness the old experiences and gently placed them on my current self, the new pot, I felt lighter, cleaner, more understanding. I was purging the sadness, the anger, the attachment, in real time, feeling it with my own hands. I purged each story from the weight of its feelings, the ones weighing me down in the present moment. Some events were harder to clear out. The flowers, for example. The branches of the flowers got stuck and stabbed against the palms of my hands, and some of the most beautiful elements of my life experience are also the hardest to grieve. Here we can also see with total clarity the loss of karma. Karma is the amount of blackness we are not able to take out with our own hands of such experiences once we've done all we can do. Here we come face to face with our limitation and might be able to be compassionate with ourselves for it. Not all the black from the old pot will be able to be cleaned, and that is okay. That's just how life works. This one, I mean. Next one, it will be less, each time less and less. God has such a sense of humor. I never did or said or created these situations and metaphors previously, they just appeared as I did the ritual, which is the magic of it all, how it all ties together, if we are willing to see. Everything is everything. All the patterns are the same pattern. By the end of the ritual, I felt so much better, in contact with meaning. I felt powerful, the good kind of power, the deep knowledge that we are free. That is what consciousness is to me, that we are creators, the ones threading the story, and that therefore there is nothing to worry about. I have lost nothing, even when I say goodbye. All is within me. My actual self, swimming in pretty clear water, watched by angels and centered in a very big, very, very beautiful pink rose. My soul.